Yeah. But speaking of how you want to use someone, right? That brings up Deebo Samuel getting an extension. He recently signed a 3-year, $73.5 deal, 58.1 guaranteed. And there's actually a clause in there that's like, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure there's a clause in there that's like if he's used at running back, like he gets like an incentive type of deal, right?
Yeah, I've got the exacts right here.
Thank you. Yeah.
It says he has incentives in a new contract that could pay him an additional $1.95 million over the life of his contract for rushing yards and rushing TDs. He will receive $650,000 per year for each year he has 380 or more rushing yards, and he will also earn $150,000 if he scores 3 rushing touchdowns in any one year.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I think this is a smart way for the team to benefit for him to benefit from his running back usage, because he's mentioned he doesn't like playing that. And it's also smart for the team to incentivize him being open to
Dude, the thing is though, like, why do they have 4 good running backs? Like, literally. Well, not good, but they have 4 running backs. Elijah Mitchell's
productive
good.
Ones.
Pierre Lewis is his name? I don't know his first name.
Why are you asking a question?
The rookie?
I'm pretty sure you got it right.
Yeah, I don't know his first name.
I'm still not fully acquainted with all these rookies yet.
Yeah, no, same. Because the Patriots have a running back with like kind of a similar name, I think, on the roster right now, and it's like, I don't know. You looking it up?
Yeah. Oh, Tyrion Davis-Price.
Oh, Pierre Lewis is the Patriots guy.
I
think. You know what? Let me find out.
They've also got Jeff Wilson and Trey Sermon too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get at. But Kevin Pierre Lewis. Yep. So that's what I was thinking of. Oh wait, no, Pierre Strong. God, dude, who's Kevin Pierre Lewis? Give me a second. Who's Kevin Pierre Lewis? Oh, he's on the Texans, but who? I think is he a rookie? No, he can't be. He's born in. He's 30. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but
is he not a running back?
No, he is. But I don't know who it is. Oh, no, he's a linebacker. What? Who am I talking
That's what
about?
I was thinking. I was like, that sounds like a linebacker, but we need to cut this whole segment out of the pod.
No, they can see me being dumb. Look, if you have 2 names, it gets confusing. So Tyrion David Price, right? Something like that?
Yes.
They have him, who's looking exciting. They have Trey Sermon, who exists. And Jeff Wilson, who randomly will get you 150 yards one game of the season. So, like, why not use your 4 running backs rather than a receiver who got you 1,400 receiving yards last year? Well, I understand he does add that other dynamic, and you could just do, like, jet sweeps to him. Don't line him up in the backfield. Do the jet sweeps.
And we've seen
push passes.
Like, the Shanahan system is, like, the quintessential example of why running backs don't matter, if you believe in that at all, because you could just put any of these random undrafted guys in and they're going to be productive just like that. So I don't know why you would put your star receiver, do-it-all man at risk when you have all these guys who have proven that they can be productive in this system.
Exactly. I think it's so stupid. But hell, I think Deebo Samuel next year is going to be great. I think with the lesser role at running back, more emphasis on the receiving game, with Trey Lance coming in, who I will be talking about later, and potentially on my own channel, if you remember our text messages the other day.
Makes sense.
Yeah. With Trey Lance coming in, Shanahan adding another dynamic to the run game for a full 17-game season, I think Deebo won't have to be used that way anymore. I also... Thunder and Lightning. I also think Brandon Ayuk's going to be great this year. Like, especially for...
he was great over the second half of the season.
Yeah. I know you don't care about this. Fantasy reasons. For anyone who plays fantasy football here, he's getting drafted, I believe, the 46th wide receiver right now or something, 42nd wide receiver. Draft him as soon as you can. Trey Lance loves Brandon Ayuk. I know, I get it. You're like, oh, it's not real football, blah, blah. It's fun. It's fun. I like to put a random guy in my starting lineup and then have him get 20 points because of a matchup. It's fun.
Who's your best one? Like, your best, like, wow, I nailed that and nobody else saw this
Patrick
coming.
Mahomes is MVP year. Got him in the 10th round. Lamar Jackson the next season, the 11th round. But I traded Lamar because I had him and Russell Wilson. But I got some running backs. for it, and running backs are more valuable. But I kept Mahomes. Oh, I traded Josh. Josh Gordon was the main piece on my team being moved. Traded Josh Gordon and some other pieces for Travis Kelce in Mahomes' MVP year.
In 2018.
Yeah. Because, like, the kid, Josh Gordon was on the Pats, and the kid was like, dude, he's going to be great for us. Like, it was like mid-season. I was like, yeah, give me Travis Kelce. And then I won it all because my team was stupid good. I actually have a picture of it. I'm going to look it up. But keep talking about Debo.
I just wanted to say it's kind of amazing that they worked it out with how unhappy he was earlier in the offseason. It just goes to show sometimes you just wait these things out, sit down and talk with the guy, and then rather than making rash decisions, and you get your star player back.
Exactly. I mean, good for them. I'm happy that no trade happened, and because he belongs in San Fran. He fits so well in that system. I'm happy that everything worked out for them.
Yeah, I'm happy no trade happened because I ordered a Pro Bowl jersey of Debo.
Oh, you
and
did?
It came in the mail like a week after he first announced his trade request. So I was like, oh no, I'm never even going to get to wear it when he's a member of the team. But
yeah,
it all worked out.
So let me tell my fantasy team that year. Patrick Mahomes, Melvin Gordon, Nick Chubb his rookie year, Antonio Brown. I picked him up off waivers, I think, Nick Chubb. Antonio Brown, his 15-touchdown season. Devontae Adams, his first really good season. Travis Kelce, Julian Edelman. Defense and kicker I streamed every week, which for people who may not know means you just pick one based off matchups / if you just need a kicker that's not on a bye week. Adrian Peterson, his last 1,000-yard season. Robbie Anderson, I think he was bad for me that year. And then just like a bunch of random people, like I had Corey Davis, Justin Jackson, Kenny Stills. So you just got to get some filler guys. But I mean, the team's changed around a lot. And then I won it again the next year. Russell Wilson, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, Cooper Kupp. Oh my God, this is my receiver core. This was insane. Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, Devontae Parker, DeAndre Hopkins, Chris Godwin.
Excuse me?
Right? Isn't that stupid? Because, I mean, Hopkins was, this was Kupp, he hadn't had 1,000 yards yet. This was his first good year. Tyler Lockett will always forever go in the mid-rounds. He will never go high round just because he's Tyler Lockett, but he'll always do well for you. Devontae Parker was his good year. I also had Darren Waller. Hopkins is Hopkins. It was his, second to last year in Houston, or, last year in Houston. Chris Godwin, I called this because I knew Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson left the team. So I'm like, that is 130 targets that are just gone. Which I know we had this conversation about, targets being left is, kind of fake. But it's he's the wide receiver 2 now. You know what I mean? He went up from the 4 or the 5 to the 2. So I'm just going to take Godwin late. Took him, was nasty. I had Eckler the year of Melvin Gordon's suspension. His holdout or whatever. And then just Aaron Jones and Nick Chubb. It was stupid, dude. That team was insane. So, yeah, speaking of Seahawks wide receivers, I just brought up Tyler Lockett. I'm done with Debo. I'm done with
I was hoping
fantasy.
you would use that transition. I was going to if you didn't.
So DK also signed an extension, 3-year, $72 million, 58.2 guaranteed. Very, very similar. It's actually funny. He has 0.1 more million, 100,000 more guaranteed money than Debo, but less overall because of the running stuff. No, I'm not answering your FaceTime right now. I'm sorry. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So he signed a 3-year, $72 million extension. And I think that's great for the Seahawks, but it's stupid for DK. Oh my God, is it dumb. Why would you re-sign with Seattle when Drew Lock or Geno Smith is your current quarterback? Sure, if Jimmy G gets released, you might get him. That's, okay. Jimmy G can't bring that roster to the playoffs. He can bring the 49ers roster to the playoffs as the best bridge quarterback of all time. And yes, that's a real take I have. Seriously, though, am I wrong? He's not a franchise guy, but he's the best bridge quarterback I've ever seen besides maybe Alex Smith. What about
Teddy Bridgewater?
Oh, Mr. 500? No, Jimmy G's had playoff success.
I'm just making a joke about his name, Joe.
Okay, Teddy Two Gloves. No, but I don't get it. I really don't understand what the point. Sure, maybe you draft a quarterback. You should have gotten Malik Willis in the second or third round, but no, you stuck with Drew Lock and Geno Smith. Wow, something to be happy for. No, if you draft Malik Willis, you might have like a week 8 starter who's an absolute dog. Maybe he's very raw, but that man has an arm of a cannon of an arm. Can run like nobody else. Lamar is better. You
we get it. We get it.
And he's just an athletic freak. And this is not the stereotypical black quarterback thing. He literally is, because he is not accurate at all, and he has terrible reads. However, that is from my own film analysis. I want to say. I just
so
want to say
you'd say this guy is accurate and can't read the field, but you would rather have him as DK's quarterback
for the future? Yes, because guess what? That is coachable. You know what's not coachable? Being able to run and having a strong arm. Mental.
I'm not disagreeing. I just thought it was a funny contrast
dude,
with what you said.
But it'd be a cheap rookie quarterback, because it'd be like Russell Wilson. Again, that was not a race thing. It was a mid-round thing.
The fact that you keep bringing it up makes me question it.
Dude, we're in 2022. Sometimes you gotta slow your roll, you know. But sorry about that. Where do I go from there? That was bad.
You just completely lost it all.
Yeah, no. But if you have Malik Willis, which you could have had. Hell, even Matt Corral, even though I don't like him, for example.
He's an unknown.
Quarterback with, yeah, exactly. I mean, they're all unknowns. Even Kenny Pickett's unknown. But, like, if you have one of them potentially coming in at some point this season when Drew Lock starts to be terrible, and then, oh, no, Geno Smith, the guy who got his jaw broken by another player. Ike Elomo.
Nailed it.
Name. I don't know.
EK,
stupid decision by DK. Great move by Seattle for locking in a guy for 3 years and making him want to kill himself. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
See, I'm never gonna fault somebody for getting their money,
bro, but you know what I'm saying. He was getting that money wherever he went.
Right, but some people just. They appreciate their team, their chemistry, their community. We don't really know, he's never really caused many issues.
DK a lot, because I'm so sorry to cut you off, but this is important. I can understand that with DK a lot because of how his draft went. He should have went higher, and then he finally fell to the 64th pick in that 2019 draft, and he was crying on the phone when Pete Carroll called him. That team means a lot to him because of what they've done for him. It's not like an A.J. Brown situation where he was a first-round pick, really didn't fall, and then they just didn't want to pay him, so he's like, all right, get rid of me.
Right, and the Seahawks historically have had one of the best cultures, at least in the Pete Carroll era. Yeah. So I get it.
First, wait, let's get one thing straight. Pete Carroll's gotta go. But anyways,
yeah, I don't think he's a good coach. I think he's way behind the times. He has a lot of questionable decisions.
He used to be a great coach.
Right. But there's just something. He has that floor.
Oh, wait, we talked about questionable decisions?
They're not going to go there. He has that floor with Mike Tomlin and Mike Vrabel.
Our intro.
I will mute you.
I'll mute myself. Hell, if you want to talk, man, I'll do the mute back camera thing.
The questionable decision was not that he didn't hand off to Marshawn Lynch in that situation. It was that he threw a slant to Ricardo Lockett. A pass was the correct call. But it was the certain pass that was called was the mistake, which a lot of people don't realize, because Marshawn Lynch was one of the worst goal line and short yardage backs in the NFL, and in that situation, you want to pass. It's less risky.
All right, analytics nerd. Let's get this straight real quick. Marshawn, sure, analytics can tell you whatever you want. You look at Marshawn Lynch, that man can truck over anyone. All right, the 1 yard line, I'm still giving it to Marshawn Lynch. On what was it, second and goal?
We're doing the real life version of that meme. He's got that dog in him where you're staring out and I'm staring at the brick wall.
He literally has Marshawn Lynch has that dog in him. He literally does. He's a dog. He loves Skittles. Skittles are my favorite candy too.
Sour Patch Kids are better.
I mean that's that's a reasonable take. I disagree. Reasonable take though. I'm not going to argue with it on X. I don't want to argue about candy right now. Actually, wait, no. What's your besides Sour Patch Kids? Give me favorite ice cream flavor, real quick.
Ice cream flavor. I got birthday cake ice cream.
Blueberry. From this one ice cream place like a quarter of a mile down the road from me, but at home. Not.
I've had it before, definitely.
This... Yeah, no, for sure. Back to the top. No, Marshawn Lynch has that dog in him. It should have been him. I do analytics too sometimes. You know that obviously. We all do, you know. But
see, I don't mind if they did hand it off to him on second down and then maybe pass, but it's the people who act like it was the worst decision in sports history and they should be castrated for passing in that situation. Like, it was the specific pass which did them in. And the Patriots, how they specifically planned for that slant, you know?
That exact play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that they passed.
Marshawn Lynch is a dog and should have gotten the ball, but whatever. Anyways.
I will say this also about DK. Yeah, he was only going to be 25 in December. So, and this is only a 3-year extension, so he could theoretically reset the market again at 27 or 28, and then depending on how his career goes, maybe he sign another decent-sized deal after that. So, you know, I don't hate it. Like, he's going to get his money, and he's going to get his money again. So, whether that's with the Seahawks next time or another team.
It's good he got the money, but it's good he got the money. I just don't like the fact that maybe he gets a trade while in Seattle. Who knows? But I just, personally, I think it's stupid to resign with a rebuilding team if you're a star player like that. I mean, we've seen it before with people like Matthew Stafford, who could have left so long ago. All he had to do was just be like, I am not signing with you. Sure, they would have franchise tagged him, but then he would be like, I'm not signing this, just trade me. Simple as that. I mean, hell, Josh Gordon, he made them rescind it. And then look what happened to him. He went to the Redskins, had one good year, then became trash the other years there, and then went to the Bills. Derrick Henry became his father. Like,
did you say Josh Gordon, or did I just mishear you?
I think I said Norman.
I was like, wait, what?
I might have said Gordon, but I meant Norman. It was just a mix-up, if anything, because talking about Josh Gordon earlier. I meant Norman. If I said Gordon, I apologize, but I definitely meant Norman. He became Derrick Henry's little son, like baby son. Same with Earl Thomas, but I don't know, dude. I'm the king of getting us off track just because it's fun.
Listeners should know by now.
Yeah, but we'll go to your favorite team now. Deontay Johnson signed a little extendy.
A little extendy, yes, he did. And I honestly did not expect this to happen. I feel like he's on the lower end of all these receivers who've signed extensions, and with how these extensions go, usually the later they sign, the pricier they become. But they got him at a steal, 2 years, $36.71 million. That's only $18.35 annually, and he's only the 17th highest paid receiver per year. And
that makes sense.
He's probably like 10th to 12th best in the NFL, I'd say, in that range. So
I'd say 12 to like 14-ish.
So I think this is a steal for the Steelers, obviously.
No, for sure.
But it's also decent for Deontay because it's only 2 years. So he's going to get paid again sooner than DK and Debo, as we just mentioned. They're going to get paid again. And he's only made $3.2 million in career earnings thus far in his career, so maybe that played a part in it as well.
Was he a second or third round pick?
He was like a late second, I think. Okay. But yeah, he's going to be a free agent again in 2024 when he's 28 years old. And he's really improved.
Is he older?
Yeah, he's a little bit older. He was born in 96, I think, the same year as me. Same year as Juju, even though he was drafted 2 years after.
Wow. I always forget how young Juju Smith is, dude.
Yeah,
he's in, his 6th year now?
Yeah.
Entering?
Yeah, entering his 6th year.
And he's how old, 26?
Yep.
That is crazy.
I think he'll be 27 in October, I think it is.
God damn!
It's like people are writing him off for these years playing 2-yard slant with Big Ben who can't throw 5 yards down the field. But he's still really young. He's had these... see, we're already off topic again. But yeah, 1,400-yard season as a sophomore. Like, now he gets to play with Patrick Mahomes.
Another thing, fantasy owners, draft him if you can. Don't rely on him as your starting receiver, but have him on your bench. Maybe your flex.
But back to Deontay. He's improved every year he's been in the league. He's had more yards per game, receptions per game, and touchdowns each year. Last year, I was going to say he improved his drop rate from 13.7 in 2020 to 5.3 last year. And now, now he presumed, and that was even at the end of the season, he dropped quite a few more, and it still was nearly 3 times fewer the amount over the course of the whole season. But now he presumably gets a quarterback upgrade, and people keep talking about regression since there won't be as many of those short Big Ben passes, because he had 313 targets over the last 2 years, which was 4th most in the NFL. But now he'll be able to have more meaningful targets, hopefully, more downfield targets, intermediate and whatnot. So he may have fewer receptions, but I think his yards and touchdowns will likely remain stable-ish. And he's one of the greatest route runners in football. Reception perception, I mentioned before. Matt Harmon does great work charting success rates in certain routes and against certain coverages. He was in the 91st percentile success rate versus man coverage last year. He was in the 98th success rate versus zone and the 89th versus press. So he wins at all areas of the field against all coverages. So he's kind of like Terry McLaurin, where it's not really shown on the stat sheet much because of quarterback issues.
Oh, they do well.
Yeah, but I think he could, if he went to, say, the Bills when Stephon Diggs went there with Josh Allen, he could lead the league in receiving yards, 1,500. Those type of numbers.
Deontay?
Yeah. If he was in a system with a great quarterback and a system that fully played to their strengths. And
yeah, I completely agree.
I also wanted to mention this signing is notable because the Steelers don't really do these types of things, but since Khan took over as GM over Colbert, they've re-signed Minkah Fitzpatrick, they re-signed Deontay Johnson, and they also recently re-signed Chris Boswell. Kicker, yes, but...
Yeah, they weirdly don't like keeping their guys.
And if they do, it's always at a discount. Like when they first re-signed Antonio Brown the first time, they only did that because they didn't re-sign Mike Wallace, who wanted a lot of money. So, Antonio Brown, you're the young up-and-comer. So that's why he was on a discount for so many years before he had to sign another extension.
Yeah, I mean, I love this contract. Because, like you said, it gives Deontay, free reign for only, 2 years and then get more money once he proves himself more. But they, like we both said, presumably better.
I will say Mitchell Trubisky in camp has been absolutely atrocious. And reports are Mason Rudolph has been the best quarterback in camp. So, people have been speculating that Rudolph would get cut or traded before the season. But as of now, I think he might start some games. I think all 3 quarterbacks, including Kenny Pickett, will start this season. And if a quarterback did get cut, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Trubisky, honestly. But I still think at this point, with their mobility and their downfield passing, all 3 of these guys should be better than Big Ben was last year, because Big Ben was one of the worst starting quarterbacks I've seen in my lifetime. And I think your little fit can be done now, Joe. You can come back in the room. For audio listeners, he just walked out, completely left the room, and he seems...
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
How is Mitchell Trubisky, former number 2 overall pick, presumably only was bad because of Matt Nagy, somehow doing worse than Mason Rudolph? The man who got his head dented in from a helmet. From a very large man, I'll say that. But, wow.